Authorities have discovered a body that they think belongs to Gabby Petito. This is very tragic, and it really should not have happened. I saw mistakes all across the board, mainly from the authorities. When this first came out, it was just strange to me how Brian could come back in Gabby's vehicle without Gabby, and no one is questioning him. Why was Brian allowed to escape? He was allowed to escape. And when you hear cases like this where people just, the cops drop the ball, it always involves money. I found out that Brian's parents are millionaires, small millionaires. They have a net worth of $5 million, but they're still millionaires. And you have too many cases of rich people getting slaps on the wrist, getting help from the local authorities to escape. Because we all know when Brian came back without Gabby, he should have immediately been arrested. But he wasn't arrested. He was allowed to escape. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. 2 people leave, 1 person comes back. And why, like I said, was this man allowed to leave? When I look into his parents own some type of business where they have these juicing equipments. I guess they sell them and they repair them. And the guy is influential in that part of town. So I'm quite sure when the cops came out, don't worry, just keep an eye on your son. Keep an eye on him. We'll be back if we have to. When the guy should have been arrested. It's very sad the way people are allowed to be killed because of the person's affiliation. Maybe his parents are rich. Maybe their parents are famous. But it should not matter. And my heart goes out to Gabby's family while they were sitting there waiting and hoping for their daughter to return. But deep in my heart, I knew that she would not return. If she would have returned, she would have came back with Brian. When they were first encountered by authorities on their road trip, for everyone's safety, everyone should have went to jail that night. You should have called the parents of both Gabby and Brian, so maybe they can help solve this. When the authorities first encountered them while they were on their road trip, there is no way from what happened, for what is explained, they just should have allowed either one of them to go. This is a young lady. As I said, you should have called her parents. But you dropped the ball. And now everyone is going to, they're going to place blame on the next person. We didn't know. When you knew if I see a young lady and a guy arguing, it's heated. My suggestion would be, hey, look, baby, go home. What's your parents' number? Let me call your parents. Send you home, your parents. Homeboy, you go home, man, and maybe today or whenever, y'all can talk and try to come to some type of agreement. But for right now, I'm not going to allow y'all to be together because you're already arguing. You're already mad. If something was to happen to this lady and I allow y'all to leave, that's going to be on my conscience. And her death should be on all the people that encountered her. All of the authorities. And the authorities that allowed Brian to escape. This is on you. And now Brian is missing because you allowed him to. leave. They say the guy loves the outdoors. He knows his way around the woods, so maybe he's out hiding in the woods, or maybe because of the coward that he is, he offed himself. Either way it goes, it won't bring Gabby back. But because people are influential, remember that influenza case? We need to stop allowing people to get away with these crimes because their parents are loaded with cash. You know, cops, they cannot use an excuse that they didn't have a reason to arrest him. Because where is Gabby? That was reason alone to arrest him. Not only that, you come back in the woman's car without the woman. They ask you questions, you don't want to speak, and the cops just allow him to stay home? All because Brian's parents have money, they have influence, and they have power. My condolences goes to the family of Gabby, all of her friends and family. Because, as I said, this is very tragic. And the young lady should not have lost her life for whatever reason. And Brian is nothing more than a punk. I'm just hoping they find him soon, dead or alive. But we want this punk alive so he can suffer for the things that he's done to Gabby and her family.